If you see this vehicle for the first time, you might wonder, what is it? Is this some kind of dirt buggy, or perhaps an oversized cart? Could it be a squished F1 car? Grab something to drink and let's get to the bottom of this. This automobile is actually quite similar to a dirt buggy, a cart, and even an F1 car. All of these vehicles are open-wheeled, have high power-to-weight ratios, and are usually quite lightweight. In the case of the buggy and F1 car, they also have a roll cage. But, as you might have guessed, this car belongs to a different class of racing vehicles. It's a winged micro-sprint racing car. You might ask, why is it winged? Can it fly like the air car? Before we answer this question, you should know that sprint car racing is about racing on short oval or circular tracks, usually covered with dirt or clay. Now, don't mistake sprint racing for banger racing, figure 8, or demolition derbies. Yes, sprint cars crash a lot, and yes, this is one of the things that makes it fun and thrilling to watch. But sprint cars are designed for power, maneuverability and speed rather than impact resistance, and crashes are usually discouraged. This is why professional racers like Christopher Bell start building their careers by racing in small sprint cars. But do F1 racers learn to race in dirt midgets? Usually they don't, with a typical F1 racer career consisting of early life competitive karting, coupled with further training in Formula 3 and 2 series. Back to the track. There are different types of sprint cars, including non-winged or traditional cars and winged cars, which offer better traction, maneuverability and driver safety. There are also different sizes of sprint cars, ranging from big cars to midget cars, mini, and micro sprints. The first predecessors to modern sprint cars appeared at the beginning of the 20th century and were already setting world speed records. Take the Morris Park 5 race held by the American Automobile Association, or AAA, in 1905 in the Bronx, New York. Louis Chevrolet won it in a 90 horsepower Fiat race car. He also managed to set a new world speed record of over 68 miles per hour, which he himself subsequently broke the following year. Slightly later, the first Indianapolis 500 race was held, which marked the beginning of the big sprint car era and later developed into the modern IndyCar series. The International Motor Contest Association, or IMCA, your dirt track NASCAR alternative, was formed back then too. Purposely built dirt sprint cars began to appear around the 1930s, made famous by the rising popularity of the Offenhauser engines with overhead camshaft design, and the abundance of modified Ford Model Ts, also known as speedsters, and other powerful custom-built roadsters. What's interesting is that the Offenhauser engine design was so successful that it was actively used in sprint cars until the early 70s and became a predecessor for modern methanol-injected overhead valve V8 engines. Since then, AAA, IMCA and other institutions sanctioned numerous racing events. AAA had to step back from auto racing due to safety concerns in 1955. Since 1956, the United States Automobile Club, or USAC, took over and continued sanctioning sprint races. These organizations played a crucial role in standardizing car mechanical structures and event series. In the 1950s, sprint car racing was already quite popular among the Western population. Sprint cars reached unimaginable levels of performance and even competed with F1 cars. In 1959, Roger Ward, an experienced midget car racer, won the famous Formula Libre race by beating expensive sport cars like the Aston Martin DBR2 in acceleration and cornering. However, this didn't help him win the Formula 1 Grand Prix in a midget car, as it couldn't compete with F1 cars in cornering and reliability. A year before this, Jim Cushman used a wing on his sprint car. This innovation marked the beginning of a new era of wing sprint cars of all sizes. Added wings substantially improved car traction and cornering. They also improved driver safety by reducing the chances of the car going airborne and lessening the impact of the driver in case of a rollover. Since the 90s, sport channels have begun to actively cover sprint car racing events on TV. New organizations began to emerge, boosting the promotion of sprint car racing. And there you have it. There are currently quite a few events available for attending or online watching, including the Tulsa Shootout, Knoxville Nationals, World of Outlaws, and many more. But what do you think about modern sprint racing? Is the excitement and adrenaline of early motorsport still present today? Share your opinion in the comment section and remember to support the channel by the link below. Don't want to miss our new videos? Subscribe to the channel and all our notifications. Thank you.